And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. And here we are. We've been filming all show here at Rubin's Furniture, Rubin's Our Lifestyle, down in the lower level over here on the west side of Madison.
We sure have.
They've got such great things to show here. They've got some home theater systems, some home office setups. It's really great. And now we are going to have the honors of talking with Mr. Adam White. Adam, how are you?
I am well. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having us. We've always enjoyed being here.
It is my pleasure.
Yeah. So you're around this stuff every day. This is your job. This is the life you live. This is your lifestyle. So talk to us a little bit about some of the trends that you see, coming through these days when it comes to media rooms or home theater systems.
Sure. We have been getting a lot of requests lately for bars, bar stools, AV units, home theater seating, that sort of thing. A lot of folks seem to be transitioning their old rec rooms into media rooms or home theater rooms. So we've been trying to provide them solutions for those things.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea too, because what a fun way to make use of an extra space, an extra room if you have one, or a lot of people have that basement that maybe is a family room that they really don't use that often.
Exactly.
And now you can have a place for the whole family to sit and kick back and watch a movie in style and comfort, and you don't have to leave home anymore, especially in this weather.
Or just
exactly.
a man cave too, I suppose.
We're trying to keep it inclusive and avoid just a man. It is football
People
season,
cave.
but yes,
Women
exactly.
like
It's a
football
family
too,
cave.
Let's talk a little bit. We've talked to you before about customization.
Sure.
But does this apply to this kind of setup? Can you do customized bar stools and things like that?
Yeah, good question. Absolutely. All of the bar stools that we offer are going to be available in either counter or bar height. Lots of different finishes from the base of the stool to the upholstery on the stool.
Wow.
All home theater seating is available in leather or fabric. So yeah, everything
it
again
is.
is customizable. Sure.
That's so nice because, there's probably not a hugely wide selection of things in home theater. So to be able to come in and really make it your own and your own space, and if you're going to do a room like that, you may as well have it exactly what you want, right?
Exactly, yep.
I mean, this is kind of a dream room, so I think it's a great way to get it perfect for your own home.
Absolutely.
And I just want to interject and ask, how does that process start? You talk about customizing different pieces of furniture. Where does that start? Do you start with a list of options, or do you start by talking to the potential customer or the customer and asking them, what they're looking for, or how does that all start?
Sure. A lot of times it starts with a space plan. Folks will come in. These are the dimensions of my room. This is what we have to work with. We can then help them with that. They generally will choose the design of the piece, and then we can help them with different configurations as far as seating goes, or what style AV unit will fit in that space for them.
And that's cool that you mentioned that, because that's how involved in the process you folks are, is you're actually going to take possibly a setup of this room and go by dimensions, and you're almost like creating a little map of that space
Exactly
to see
right.
what's going to fit properly.
You got it.
That's quite the process, and not a lot of places do that, so I think that's incredible that you're going to do that, because the worst thing about buying furniture is when you get home and you realize, gosh, this really isn't as big as I thought it was,
Or it's
geez,
too big.
too
Oh yeah,
big
that's
for
a
the
very
space.
common
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I think that's incredible that you're that detailed. Now, we're talking about AV units. Tell us a little bit about those and what kind of selection you have in terms of those.
Right now, we seem to really be doing well with a company named BDI out of California. Their units seem to just be a little better thought out than a lot of the other ones out there. All the backs have sliding doors. Everything is vented. It's much easier to access your components should you need to at some point, which you always do eventually.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, they've been doing really well for us.
That's really nice. So that convenience is important when it comes to media centers. I think people forget about that, but when you do need to move something or get to something or swap something out as technology changes so quickly,
You got it. Yep,
having
that's
a
true.
system that makes that easy is going to save you a lot of headache and keep your hair. You won't be pulling your hair out, right,
yeah,
Justin?
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. So let's talk a little bit about the types of seating that people are asking for when they come in and they want you to design a home theater system. What are they looking for? What's popular there?
Well, there are quite a few options, actually. You can do anything from just kind of standard recliner chairs to pieces that are actually made as home theater units. They're all connected, that will provide cup holders and all sorts of things if you like that.
Yes, I do.
So
I love it.
there are quite a few options, and certainly that's something we can help you with too.
Sure. Sure.
Excellent. What are your final, kind of recommendations for somebody who's coming in and thinking about doing something like this with their space? Is there a recommendation that you have? What piece do you start with? How do you build this room? Where do you begin?
That's a great question.
You know, it generally begins with the focal point, which is going to be the TV, or if it's a projection style TV, that's kind of where we
I was going to say the
start.
popcorn table. That's not the
Yeah,
focal
yeah,
point.
right. It depends on the room, I suppose.
No, I'm
But yeah, generally with the AV unit, or if there's no actual physical unit needed, then the projection TV, and we will go from there. As far as the seating tends to be the first thing, deciding whether they want to do a true home theater style or maybe just a reclining sofa. And from there, we generally get into the bars or bistro tables. And then finally, what I really like to do that I think kind of caps it all off is some artwork.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great that you mentioned that too, because we're getting all, into the furniture and the pieces, but you really want that full setting, and that's where you guys come in too as experts of design. You really are able to create the complete room and the complete look, and it's not just about the furniture, and not a lot of places are able to do that seamlessly.
And it really is kind of a building out process, it seems. Like you said,
right.
starting
Yeah.
with a focal point, and then you kind of build out from there.
You got it.
That's very
Absolutely.
cool. So, you've been doing this for quite a while. We talked a little bit about how a lot of people are coming to you and they may have a rec room, or a family room or whatever downstairs that hasn't really been used, and they want to build these home theater systems. In your experience, why do you think that that's changing? Why is there that shift? Why is there this sudden demand for that?
Well, it's been going on, I'd say, the last 4 or 5 years. We've
Yeah.
noticed a big increase in it. And I think people are just getting away from, the old pool table in the basement. And I think the advent of smaller, easier to work with technology has also made a big difference.
Right.
So it's no longer the investment that it once was. It isn't
Sure.
as eccentric to
Right.
have a home theater in your home
Yes.
anymore. It's relatively affordable for anyone. The TVs have just gotten so much smaller and more affordable, and that's really just the
That's
technology.
what it all kind of centers
Yeah.
around, right? Is
Exactly,
that TV.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for people who are thinking about doing this, how much space do they need to have? Can you do this in a room that would be like the size of a bedroom? Does it need to be a giant, great living room?
It really doesn't. Yeah, we see all shapes and sizes,
Yeah.
and that will depend a lot on the what's going to fit in there. Obviously,
Right.
you're probably not going to go with the large projection style
Right.
in a 10 by 12 room, but
Right.
but they do exist
Got it.
certainly,
Yeah.
and we've got things that are small enough to work in just about any space.
Well, this is such
Excellent.
a fun topic. Thanks
Yeah.
for sharing this with us.
Yeah,
pleasure.
Adam White from Rubin's Our Lifestyle. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for the information. Come down and see Adam, and he'll help you build your dream home theater system. Thanks for joining us today on Wisconsin Family. We'll see you next time.